This is Riza, your dementia coach and physical therapist, for another episode of Empowering Dementia Caregivers podcast. Alzheimer's disease is considered the type 3 diabetes because of its link to insulin resistance in the brain. Insulin is a hormone produced in the pancreas. The main role of insulin is to regulate blood sugar level and also plays an important role in brain health. When we talk about sugar, we usually think about sweets, cake, cookies, candies, and sweetened beverages. Carbs like rice, potato, pasta, and bread, when these foods are digested in our body, they turn into sugar. So when I say sugar, I am referring to carbs and sweets. All right? This is what happens when we eat sugar. The blood transports the sugar into our body system, and insulin facilitates the transport of this sugar, known as glucose, to the muscles, the brain, and other parts of the body to be used as energy. This process lowers the blood sugar level. When we consume the right amount of sugar in our daily diet, it's all good. The energy is absorbed by the body and used for energy. Eating too much sugar triggers our body to overproduce insulin, and over time can contribute to insulin resistance, a condition where the body doesn't respond anymore to insulin. I will give you a good example so you can picture how insulin, sugar, and our body work. The insulin delivers sugar knocking at your door. You are expecting a package, so you open the door and receive the sugar that is delivered to you that you need for energy. Eating too much sugar will produce a lot of insulin, overproduction of insulin. So the overproduced insulin will then repetitively knock at your door to deliver more sugar. Over time, you would say, "What the heck?" And you will ignore these unnecessary insulin deliveries and not receive more sugar. This is the body's response. The muscles, brain cells, and other parts of the body will not take any more excess sugar that the insulin delivers. This excess sugar remains in the bloodstream, and this is the reason that a person with diabetes have a high blood sugar level reading on a glucometer. Excessive sugar intake can also cause inflammation to the brain and other parts of the body. With consistent consumption of high sugar content, our body goes into a state of chronic inflammation that cause health issues over time, like diabetes, increased risk of heart disease, cancer, and brain fog. Some studies suggest that increased sugar intake feeds the harmful bacteria in our gut, leading to systemic inflammation and other health problems. Insulin is an important hormone and plays an important role in memory and brain function. Alzheimer's disease is associated with insulin resistance in the brain. The brain cells don't respond properly to insulin, and this problem could lead to memory impairment. Now that we understand the bad effect of high amounts of sugar consumption to the brain, What are the things that we can do to promote a healthier brain, a good memory, and a good brain function? My tips: eat the right amount of sugar in your daily diet. Processed foods like bread, cookies, soda have high sugar content. Go with unprocessed foods and natural sources of sugar. And these are the fruits, vegetables, and whole grains. In the early detection of dementia symptoms with your loved one, the mild stage of dementia, for dementia caregivers, the adult and senior age groups, this dementia prevention approach is very effective. Healthy eating and brain foods is one of my 4 lifestyle modifications method for a healthier brain. I encourage a high protein, low carb diet. If you are a person who doesn't care much eating meat or fish, you can get your proteins from plant-based source like tofu and legumes. Soybeans and beans are high in protein. I have a podcast episode discussing the details about the 4 lifestyle modifications. It talks about healthy eating, exercise, sleep, and supplementation. You can check it out. For your loved one in the moderate stage of dementia, cut down the sugar in their diet. Sugar can fog the brain and slows their thinking process. Too much sugar consumption can cause increased anxiety, irritability, and restlessness. For your loved one in the severe stage of dementia, the late stage of dementia, usually in this stage, food intake is a common concern as they lose their ability to eat and taste the food. The sweet taste is what they can still recognize and appreciate. If if your loved one want to eat and all they want to eat is cake or ice cream, I advise my caregivers to feed them what they want to eat to promote nourishment and prevent further weight loss. There is not much we can do when loved one is in the late stage of dementia. Caregiving approaches in this stage are focused on providing them comfort and prevent drastic weight loss. This is why I am a strong advocate and educator for early detection of dementia symptoms and dementia prevention. Because in the early stages of dementia, we can help you prevent the progression of these symptoms, and the symptoms can be reversed with holistic medical intervention. Cutting down your sugar intake is a good start for a healthier brain and reducing your risk of brain fog and memory impairment. Till next time, dementia caregivers.